Scientifically speaking, we're sharing the view. From labs to clinics, breakthrough shining through, with minds that inspire and stories to unfold. Scientifically speaking, the future's being told.
Welcome to Scientifically Speaking with Christine on Oz Arab Media, where we explore the science, creativity, and inspiration behind the things that shape our world. Today, we're literally tuning in to the powerful world of music education. Joining me today is a true maestro in this field, Christerine Laul, an internationally recognized music educator with over 30 years of experience training students of all ages and abilities for workshops and concerts. A gold medalist from Trinity College London and a dedicated teacher of music theory, technique, and performance, Christy has shaped the lives of countless students, many of whom have gone on to win international awards. Christy, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you.
Let me start by asking you straight away some questions that we can't wait to get them answered in regards to your amazing field. You have over 30 years of experience in music education, and you have trained students for workshops and large-scale stage productions. Tell me, what first inspired your passion for music and teaching?
As a child, I've always liked music.
Yeah.
And not all teachers have been very supportive to learn what you would like to learn. It was always learning the pieces, the studies, the scales, and the exercises. So I was always praying to God, saying, I hope I can become a teacher one day. And I used to watch my mom play the piano really, really well. So that inspired me for sure.
That is amazing. And as an ATCL Gold Medalist, you've worked with many talented students. What is the most rewarding part of mentoring musicians?
Seeing them from practically having no experience or no technique, becoming so good to be able to play a whole piece by themselves. Sometimes even it could be 8 pages long. You're turning the pages, the concentration, and finally bringing so much joy to those who are listening. Yes.
That is great. You do a great job. Music is often seen as just an artistic pursuit, right? But it has many cognitive and emotional benefits. How does learning music impact a student's development in your point of view?
It's a multifaceted skill you have to have. You're looking at the manuscript. You're taking it in. What am I playing with my right hand? What am I playing with my left hand? You have to keep time. If you're singing, then you're thinking of all about your voice and your pitch. If you're playing guitar, you're thinking of your strings and where's my position? What's my loud and soft dynamics? So there's a lot of things to think about. It's always the problem solving skill that we are learning when we learn music. So that's a great blessing for those who are musicians, learning to read, learning to even play by ear. It's all the same.
Wow, it's such a multitask experience to happen all together. That's great. Do you believe music education should be part of every child's learning journey, and why?
100%. I think as a human being, you're drawn to music. When you're happy, you want to rejoice. When you're sad, you want to hear the ballads. You feel like really the emotional, slow songs catch you and touch you. And it doesn't have to be words, but music has a way of capturing a human being's whole mind, body, and soul, I would say. Yes.
And that's why we're on Scientifically Speaking today. It is part of our human nature. Some people think you need to be naturally talented to learn an instrument. What would you say to someone who believes they're not very musical?
I would say there is nothing like you can't do anything.
Right.
If there is the will, there is a way. And there are lots of special needs children I teach, young people, grandparents who come along and say, I think I've lost my time. Do you think I can play? I still teach a 75-year-old
Oh, wow.
So it's amazing to see how music can really be up there if you want to learn something. Yes.
That's amazing. You do offer a highly personalized approach to music education. Why are personalized lessons to each student's individual talent is so important?
Because every human being is not the same.
Hmm.
So some could be very expressive, some are a little bit less, what would you say, have that aptitude to
Right.
be able to absorb concepts. So you have to try and gauge them according to their strengths.
Hmm.
So when I see that a student loves popular music, you start off with that, get them excited, get them to the keyboard to practice. If it's singing, it's the same. But if you get a song like a musical theater song that's a bit tougher, you approach it with a different kind of way of getting them to learn something difficult, but by giving them something that they really like to do. So that personalized touch always helps, and singing is the same. Yeah.
Just like really teaching in any class, it's just a different world of education, isn't it? Every
Yes.
child needs their different way of learning. Your classes do cover a wide range of skills from finger techniques to improvisation and music theory. How do you balance these technical training with creativity in your lessons?
I think all of them go hand in hand.
Hmm.
If you can read music, your learning is thousand times better. So if you are writing your theory part, you've already learned your pitch and your gauging of intervals.
Okay.
Then finger technique is according to your ability. So you don't have to have a particular age to be strong, but the softer and the curved fingers help a lot. Guitar, again, getting closer to the frets rather than being, I would say, a bit clumsy.
Yes.
But those are some of the techniques. So each student has their forte in learning different skills. Yes.
Wow, it's like a curriculum you go through, isn't it?
Yes.
Amazing. Some students do prefer to read music notations, while others just play by the ear, like you mentioned before. Is one method better than the other, in your opinion, or do you encourage the mix of both?
The mix of both is definitely the strength,
Right.
because you could be really talented to play by ear, sing with, your own inborn ability. But if you can read a little bit of music, that strengthens your learning. And in the long run, you won't always have that ability to be learning by ear. You might pick up a piece of music and say, okay, I want to play this. You have it right there because you've already learned how to read music.
So always the balance or the mix of two is a great idea to
Yes.
to make it through. Rhythm and timing are crucial for any musician. What exercises or techniques would you recommend for students struggling with rhythm?
A clapping exercise is really good.
Right.
So naturally, there are the semi-breves, which are the long notes, 4 counts, minims, which get 2 counts, crotchets get one, and quavers are just half. But always, if there's a complex piece of music, you give them a chance to clap that rhythm. So
Right.
you're not thinking of where to play the note or sing the note, but you're just getting the rhythm strengthened in yourself. Then you go on to really read the music to play. Yeah.
That's interesting. Improvisation can also feel very intimidating, especially for beginners. How do you help students develop confidence in improvising?
So I have something that I do very often. If it's January, you say Jolly January. And you
Yes.
write a little song about just January, maybe about outdoor something. So every month we have that fabulous February,
Ah,
marvelous March. So they kind of think of the positivity of the month or the season. So at the moment we are in June, it's really cold.
yeah.
So they bring out all the aspects of that. We sit at the piano and say, okay, do you want to have it low note, higher note, maybe medium? So some children will say high. So then you start on the higher G and give them that chance that you could make a song yourself.
Wow.
And especially when Mother's Day comes, all the mothers send little messages or call to say thank you very much, because
Oh,
we say go back home and play this. And it doesn't have to be anything complex, just a little one which says, Mommy, I love you.
oh,
Da,
that's
da, da, rum. And they know that if it's one step lower is easy to play. But things like that always add their own little touch to it.
yeah, that's
Yes.
great. Wow. Well, Christy, you've prepared so many students for large stage productions. What are the key elements of performance readiness, if I can say? And how do you help students overcome the stage fright? Because they might be really good at what they're doing, but once they see all the people in front of them, it goes really
Yes.
bad.
No, it's very true. And most of the students who want to sing,
Right.
they feel they're comfortable. But we are lucky here at Oz Funland, we have a stage already. We also have the microphones. So if you are learning something and you're suddenly feeling a bit more inhibitive of playing it in front of people, we say, let's do it in a group. So
Uh-huh.
everybody starts off in a group, maybe one verse or maybe one line on your own.
Hmm.
So, and keep rehearsing,
Yeah.
not just as a small group, but when the other class students come, let them watch, let them give us a mark,
Hmm.
let them talk about it. And then little by little, that stage fright goes away. Definitely, when you have to sing, we have had a lot of my students sing for big festivals and also
Yes.
even at, stadiums. And that's like thousands of people. It doesn't come overnight. It's always about practice as
Yeah.
much as possible. Give them that chance to be in a group first and then step by step.
Practice within a crowd, if I can say.
Yes.
Good. Many of your students train for Trinity College London music exams. What makes these exams such a valuable milestone for musicians in general?
Any exam is a progress.
Hmm.
So I always feel if they're just learning something mindlessly,
Hmm.
you would improve, but at a certain time they say, oh, okay, I have just learned everything.
Hmm.
But if you're working towards an exam, it kind of gives you that ability to really know that this is the standard and somebody else has given me a mark. And there are so many little marking criteria that go hand in hand. And the importance of that is amazing for every student. And an international level recognition, like the Trinity College London exams, you can go to any country and you just would get yourself recognized in your area. So maybe it could be only piano, but
Yeah.
anything to do with music would kind of have a top priority in that case.
Like your international degree
That's
to
right,
get
it
in here.
is.
Interesting. And you've had many students who have won international awards. So, what does it take for a student to reach that level? And what role does your mentorship play?
Um, the whole thing from the time they start, sometimes they may not have started at the beginning with me, but
Hmm.
to get them to that level means a lot of hard work.
Hmm.
Of definitely practice makes perfect,
Right.
but finally the presentation. So to present something to that level of recognition, you have to be best of the best. So naturally, that's the aim always when you see a bright student who can achieve that.
Right.
And I always say, give it your best. And it's big surprises that we get at the end of that all.
Your support, I'm sure, would be a great thing for those kids. What advice would you give to parents who want to encourage their child's musical journey, but they don't know where to start from?
Any age is good after the age of 5 if they
Right.
want to learn an instrument. Of
Hmm.
course, even as a baby, children are attracted to music.
Yep.
So the little play group singing and dancing helps. Even just playing music in the background at home helps. But once they are ready and they are showing some interest, most music schools give them the option of a free trial. Or maybe at school, the child is showing interest in a certain area. Pick them up, give them that opportunity, I would say, because that could really change their life, not only theirs, but their inner selves of understanding and appreciating music and self-worth.
That's lovely. Music has the power to bring people together, Christy, and we can see that from your domain and Oz Funland as well, and so many things that you do. Have you seen music education positively impact the community, particularly among the young learners?
100%. Yes. It's definitely one of the best things which comes together where they can kind of identify even with people who might not be their friends immediately. Yes,
That's great. And many, cultures and communities along the area, maybe the only thing that brings them in is
that's
music.
right.
That's great. For those who may be interested in starting music, but they feel it's too late, and you did mention so many ages has come to you. Is there an ideal age to begin learning an instrument, if not sooner?
I'm not too sure whether there is an ideal. Definitely, if you have started young, they
Right.
say that at that time we are always receptive of new concepts. So we are ready to learn a lot of new concepts. And also, they are at school. So they kind of already have that discipline that they have to finish homework, they have to do certain things. But then on the other hand, I have had adult learners who are so determined, the fingers get a bit more mature, so they feel as if they are not really ready. But then
Right.
suddenly everything happens so easily because they are so determined to get even the minute little change that they have to make for their practice and for their final kind of results. Yeah.
Wow, that's very inspiring. Before we end this very quick talk that we had today, where can students, parents, and music enthusiasts learn more about your classes and the work that you do?
So Oz Funland, which is in Lumia,
Yeah,
a suburb of Sydney, Australia, definitely has. That's where I am now at the moment teaching most of my music.
right,
And it's piano, keyboard, guitar, singing.
right.
And the government has also given a wonderful, it's called the Creative Kids Voucher, which
Yeah,
is $50 worth, which can be redeemed by a family with a particular kind of income. You
right.
can have a look on your own at home whether any of your children have that, and
Yeah,
that can be used before the 30th of June. So at the moment we are having a promotion for that, but
right.
any time is fine. Our lessons start with basically $120 for a month for shared lessons, and it depends. If you want to just start something off, you may have something like or during the holidays we have workshops which are
Right.
not very expensive, just $15. Come over, try something out, or just even a free trial run to get your kids started. Yes.
That is amazing. So Oz Funlad's website is really where they can reach out to you. Is
Perfect. Yes.
Yes, that's amazing. Christy, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your passion, and your decades of experience with us today. It is clear that music education is not just about notes and rhythms, it's all about unlocking human potential, nurturing confidence, and creating lifelong impact. So, thank you.
Thank you very much for having me with you. Yes.
Of course, our pleasure. Before I end, to our listeners, I'd like to say whether you're a parent, a student, or simply someone who loves the arts, remember that music is more than just a skill. It's a tool for growth, expression, and connection. If you've ever thought about picking up an instrument, singing your first note, or enrolling your child into music, you know where to go. Oz Funland and Christy. Until next time, this is Christine from Scientifically Speaking on Oz Arab Media. Keep learning, keep creating, and never stop listening to the music within you.